The day my mother actually left, a reporter asked me what I thought about my mother going into space. I didn't want to answer him, so I hid behind my grandmother's purse. My brother laughed at me, so I punched him in the arm. My grandmother tried to quiet us down. She offered us lifesavers. I told her that I wanted cherry, and she rolled the paper back until she found the right one for me. I put it in my pocket for later. When my mother joined us, she let me hold her hand while she spoke to the reporters. I played with her wedding ring. I was so proud to be one of the few people who was allowed to touch her hand. She began to show the reporters some of the things that she was going to bring into space. She had a journal, and in it a bookmark that I made for her. There was a rocket and some stars and Saturn with the rings, and I ironed it between two pieces of wax paper to protect it from the gamma rays. Then my mother started to show things that her class had given her. I was jealous, and I wanted to give her something else, so I took out the lifesaver. It was covered with lint from my pocket. So while my mother spoke to the reporters, I tried to make the lifesaver presentable. I told myself if I didn't get all the lint off the lifesaver, my mother wouldn't come back. Finally, my mother crouched down next to me. She was wearing her blue spacesuit. I touched the patches on her shoulders. She looked so beautiful. Suddenly, I couldn't fathom that this was the woman who cut banana in my granola each morning. My grandmother kept saying, "Say goodbye, honey. Say goodbye to your mother." But all I could do was hold out the lifesaver. She took it, put it in her pocket, and I knew that everything would be okay. When I watched my mother's ship take off, I saw it go straight into the sky and disappear. When my grandmother told me that my mother was in heaven, I thought that it was a place in outer space. I was excited. I thought she'd bring back all kinds of neat presents, like a plastic harp or a pair of angel wings. I went to the mail each day looking for a postcard from her with clouds or a 3D picture of God. I waited for her to call long distance. And when I didn't hear from her, I got very angry. I told my father that I hated her for staying away so long. My father told me that she perished in the rocket. But that's not true. My mother was still alive. And he said to me, "Why do you think that your mother is still alive?" And I said, "Because I never saw her dead." These are the reasons that I gave myself why my mother didn't come back. 1, I wouldn't talk to the reporters. 2, I punched my brother in the arm. 3, I didn't thank my grandmother for the coloring book. 4, I wouldn't hug my father. And 5, I didn't get all the lint off the lifesaver.